Hey, hey!
Hi, y'all. How y'all doing?
So this is kind of a special episode. I don't really think I put a number on this episode because we're pre-recording it. So
We haven't never done that before. First time.
yeah.
Main reason is when you see this, I will be in the middle of the ocean on the Atlantic. So literally, that's where I'll be. So I'm going to be missing you all. But with the cost of Wi-Fi on a ship, it's kind of hard to say, oh, do I want to try to pay? I think it was like $800 to have the ability to do video.
Only?
And yeah, only petty
Only.
cash, no big deal, no big deal. And that's one device at a time. And I'm like, I'm only going to use it for one thing, and I'm like, I don't
That's
know.
our entire wait a minute. That's our entire budget for broadcasting for the year.
So we still wanted to bring you all something. So here we are, on a different day, just hanging out, doing something different, different, for me, a different background view, because why the heck not?
Well, we were going to try to do stuff from outside, but with the day recording this, but like I did not feel like wiring out a laptop outside and having to deal with the sounds of motor vehicles going back and forth, and my neighbors are mowing their lawn, and it's just like it would all echo into this thing. I'm like, I just do it from the studio.
Well, originally I was going to do it outside, but it is pouring down rain. This is the Pacific Northwest,
Yeah.
and so I said, I don't know that I want to sit outside in the rain or in the cold. So I was out this morning. I did go for a 5.2 mile run, and it drizzled. It wasn't horribly bad this morning, but on the way home, it started pouring down rain. And then it's just continued. And I said, yeah, I'm not going to even try to even sit out in the garage because that's just going to be cold and miserable. So I said, I'm going to stay inside.
So, well, I mean, I've thought about that. I mean, I don't have a setup for a garage, but eventually, we were looking at, what I was eventually going to make a man cave here at the house, out the garage,
Right.
and that would be a cool place to set it up with a bar and record and episodes like this anyway, where I could record it we could record it ahead of time, and I'm not necessarily revolving on the internet to broadcast it. So in this case here, I have all that to do it, but anyway, here. We're still using StreamYard to record it. So anyway, I just wanted to hang out. I just thought we were going to hang out today because, I got work in the yard to do, but I'm like, I'll come in and do it. We'll record an episode or two. And for those times that we don't have it. And I know this one here is because we have a specific time that we need it for. So anyway.
Yeah, well, this morning I was out for a run, and then what it says here is fueled by fine wine. And this is through, I did not do that this morning. This isn't until July, the fueled by fine wine, but they gave us the glass because they gave us mimosas. And my brother did tell me some years ago that he understood why I did my runs, or at the time I was doing a lot more Spartan and mud races, terrain races, things of that nature. And he said he understood, and it was because that way I could have a beer before noon. And so for the most part, yes, one time at 8:30 in the morning, I was having a stout because I had already ran a 10K from 7 to 8 in the morning, and then by 8:30 in the morning I had what looked like coffee, but it was not coffee, and they gave us like this much. It was like 4 ounces on whoop-de-doo. But this morning they gave us mimosas, and they gave us a few snacks and coffee and things of that nature. And I got a new tote bag. So that was kind of cool to have my new bag that I'm actually going to take on vacation. And it says run on it. So it's just like perfect. I love tote bags. So they gave us the glass for Fueled by Fine Wine, and that's Foot Traffic, which is our local running store. And they have various races throughout the year, and I've done some of them. I have done the Fueled by Fine Wine in the Dundee Hills, and they are hills. It can be very miserable at times, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, you're in wine country. So I said, oh, well, then I want to have mimosas because it's before noon. So I did get Simply Orange because that's my favorite, and this is the calcium. I do like pulp for the most part. This one is pulp free. For a mimosa, I do prefer pulp free.
Yeah, I can see a pulp in a mimosa.
Yeah, no, because then it looks cloudy and I don't like that. But I personally love pulp, but just not in a mimosa. And then I was gonna get cupcake, the sparkling, but it was a prosecco, so it's a little bit sweeter.
Yeah.
So I then of course went to Michelle.
Michelle.
So
Michelle's an
yeah.
awesome one, yeah.
Yep. So this one's a Brut. So Domaine Saint Michel. They are in Washington. This is a Columbia Valley Sparkling Wine Brut, and this is one I've been to their winery in Washington, and this is one that I truly love the taste of it because it's not that really dry, and it's definitely not sweet. It's just got beautiful flavor on its own. You throw it in with some orange juice and it's just like yum. So that's what I went with, because thank you, Foot Traffic, for our morning run today. There's he has like 7 or 8 throughout the year, and this is the very first one. So we had I don't know, about 150 people there. And there was a 3-mile loop and a 5-mile loop. So I went with the 5-mile loop, followed my little bunny in front of me the entire time. So it was a good time.
Well, I mean, we're recording this on a Saturday morning. All right. You know what I mean? You usually do runs and stuff on Saturdays, right?
Yes, the Saturdays and Sundays are usually my longer run days. I actually added one more run day to my week. Usually I only do 1 on the weekend and then 2 during the week. Now it's up to 4, so 2 during the week and 2 on the weekend. Although I was bad, I ran 4 miles yesterday because I didn't run on Thursday. I didn't have time. Wednesday was crazy. Thursday was crazy. So I thought I was going to run Thursday night. I worked until all hours, and so then Friday morning I got my run in, so it was 4 miles. And so I went, and normally I don't like to do 3 in a row because you need to have that rest time in between. So here we are. And I'm such a dork. I'm like, where's my phone? I want to get a picture of all my stuff, and then I realized I am on my phone. Has it been one of those days, weeks, months?
Yep. So,
well,
I mean, normally, so you're on a run Saturday morning, so you wouldn't, you know what I mean, normally pour a drink on Saturday morning.
No, not at all. Not at all. Unless I do a race. If I do a race, then they're pouring me something, whether
after the race.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
no.
after the race.
Well, Gwen and I have done on Saturday mornings where we've gone for coffee and taken Sambuca and poured Sambuca in our coffees.
Okay.
But we've also had, we used to do Sunday mornings. We used to pull out, champagne on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Now that we're at the new house, though, we're doing an awful lot of work on Saturdays and Sundays. So we usually don't tap into a beer till about noon.
There you go. Right. And it's the weekend, and that's okay. It's after 5 somewhere. So
no, we used to have morning mimosas, all right, or even just champagne on a Saturday morning, and that'd be before 10 a.m.
Yeah. Well, I will do that once in a while. If I've gone out to brunch, then I will. On a normal Saturday morning, if I'm home, I'm not going to do that. Wow. But I'm usually running between 8 and 10, maybe 11, depending on how long my run and what time I start. Yeah. So it can vary, but I'm usually not. I'm usually not having breakfast before 10 or 11 on a weekend, just because I'm running or doing a race. Oh my goodness, this is the easiest I've ever been able to open a bottle of sparkling, so that's kind of exciting.
So I just while you're doing that, I just opened up a little bit, some refreshing drink for Saturday because I'm going to go back out and work, and I don't want to heavy on the stomach, so just a little bit of sip.
Oh, nice. So the way that I've normally done my mimosas, and I used to go to Divine Complexions in Wilsonville. I haven't been there in a little bit, but when they said, "Oh, mimosas," I'm like, "Yes," and they're all like, and they actually asked me, and so I was like, "Oh," I said, "Well, 3/4 sparkling, 1/4 orange juice," and so that's the way that I've done it. Oh, where's my spoon? Oh, I didn't bring my spoon in. So. Again, I forgot my little cap, but there are caps that will preserve your sparkling. If not, be bad and just put in a spoon in here, and that will hold.
Check back previous episodes. We've done that about caps on them.
Yep.
So
And just keep your sparkling cold. That's another way to help keep the bubbles in there.
yeah.
Because look at that. Look at those beautiful bubbles in there. I mean, we got some bubbles. I
Oh, I
love
don't have
it.
any bubbles. I just have beautiful white wine. So
And and so of course, if you have certain orange juices, you may have to shake it up a little bit. Others do not. It just depends. I don't like pulp, so if you do have a pulpy orange juice, you may want to let it settle down a little bit before you pour it. That way, the pulp is at the bottom and it doesn't go into your mimosa. So that's a little bit of a trick there. So it's that color where, in my opinion, doesn't need to be too orange. And today I also have a strawberries. So I cut because Sean got me some strawberries. He said that's perfect to make it look pretty, give a little bit of color in there, and it doesn't. It's being a little shy. Let me see if I can lift it.
I need a fork to get my snack out.
There it is. Oh, there it is. There it is. Right there, floating. Get a little bit of color. So raspberries do great. Raspberries do go to the bottom of your glass. And this time I'm not using the normal flute. And the part of it is because it was the Fueled by Fine Wine. I just got this glass and it's a nice glass. I mean, I love the sound of it. Oh, that's just a gorgeous sound. So that's why I wanted to talk about foot traffic and just use the glass. But normally you can see the red from the strawberry, but the raspberry usually goes to the bottom. And so then you can see the red at the bottom, which looks gorgeous. Another trick is doing that, putting a raspberry. If you have a cone, one of those regular ice cream cones, if you put the raspberry at the bottom of the cone, it will help protect the bottom of the cone so it doesn't, when the ice cream begins to melt, it'll hold a little, and that way you won't have that, the bottom of the cone just getting all soggy and dripping. So, you can kind of see the strawberry right there. It's showing just a little bit. So I have some prosciutto and I have a little bit of mac and cheese. So the mac and cheese, the bay shrimp with cocktail sauce, and of course you got to have a granola bar. So after a run, usually we're getting bananas, oranges, strawberries if they have them, granola bars, and beer, wine, or in this case, mimosa. So there are great ways to end a run, which is good. If you're run hard, play hard, and enjoy also, right?
Yep. So
Well,
I'm having for a unique snack today that just something I have to keep in my refrigerator. I love the pepperoncinis. Now this one here is kind of getting old. So I think after the pepperoncinis are all gone, I take and put a bunch of dill pickles in the jar in the juice and let them sit.
Nice.
Really
that is
peppery.
A great idea. You get a little bit of that brine. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get a picture of all the stuff that's right here. It's not gonna be my best picture because of course I'm using my cell phone while I gotta remember where my camera is. So that's where you got everything right there.
No, a little higher.
A little higher.
A little higher, yeah. No, a little higher. A little higher, yeah. A little higher. A little higher. No, closer to you. Closer to you. Yeah, right there.
And
don't follow my instructions. You have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, you just hit your camera, just went off. There we go.
Yeah, it's because I try to get a picture of the screenshot. I'm afraid that if I try to take a picture, that I'm going to hang up, and I don't want to, bug off from here. So I don't have the best picture for my food. It does look really pretty, and then of course the Fueled by Fine Wine. So it is what it is. We go with what we have, but. It is important if you do go for a run or if you do work out that you are fueling yourself, whether you're fueling yourself with your vitamins, with a little bit of food. I have my my Stingers, which is a wafer, and it's like has all sorts of goodies. I will do the wafer either before or after a run, because you gotta fuel before your workout, then you work out, and then you have to fuel afterwards. So this is my after run fuel that I have. My pre usually consists of a hard-boiled egg, peanut butter, and maybe a half a granola bar, depending. It's one of my power granola bars that I use, and of course my vitamins, because that's going to help me on the race day. And I've tested all of those things out during my test runs when I'm out and about on a normal Saturday. So that way on race day, I'm not trying something new. You know, no new clothes and no new nutrition, because that's just going to mess up something, and that's never fun.
But I mean, outside of that, all right, what else do you guys do on your weekends and your Saturdays?
I will sometimes hang out with my friend Sylvia or my friend Mary, you know, so we'll either do brunch or we'll go estate shopping. Sometimes we just, you know, hang out, you know, we'll go get a coffee. We did bingo one day. That was a lot of fun. It was a Sunday.
Yeah.
We just went, had bingo, you know, had a lot of fun. And that was something very different that we normally had not done before.
You know, it's like Saturdays for us now, the past couple of weeks, as the weather started warming up, we started doing outside work at the house. And we've accomplished an awful lot getting stuff done on the outside looks, because I want to paint it here in the next couple of weeks. So getting ready to wash it down and run a coat of paint over it.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures that you've been posting on social media, and every time, you know, it's like something, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
So
but
I love shrimp. Well, I love shrimp, period. But, you know, for during brunch, it's just yummy. Or it's tangy. These are the bay shrimp. I always prefer the larger shrimp, but the bay shrimp for brunch is just super yummy, especially if you're pairing it with eggs, with some scrambled eggs, or in a. Usually, I don't like it in my omelet, although I have had it. It's okay. I would prefer having it next to my eggs, not in my eggs.
No, I don't like shrimp with eggs, but I will do shrimp with grits.
Oh.
But not shrimp with eggs.
Okay.
No.
All right, I haven't tried that. I will.
Yeah. You know, like eggs, like I'm picky, like the things I want to do with eggs. You know what I mean? I don't do cheese in my eggs. Not a cheese in my eggs guy. And I know a lot of people go put
never.
Yeah.
No, I now do, but I used to never put cheese in my eggs. I mean, my eggs were just either fried or scrambled. And
now I'll do, you know what I mean, different vegetables put in. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not into an omelet. I like a scrambled egg, but I'll put things in that'll kind of be an omelet, but it's really just a scrambled egg. I like a little bit of, you know, some peppers, both your jalapenos or even your bell peppers, right? Tomatoes. To me, dice some tomatoes up and put them in in there. All right. And I've done it where I've put pieces of sausage in. All right. Okay. So it's kind of, like I said, it can kind of be an omelet, but really it's scrambled eggs. I just scramble it around and I keep shaking. I don't flip it like an omelet. I'm like always turning it.
Yeah. So. What I used to do since I was a kid is that I would put scallions, tomatoes, and cilantro. Yeah. And then, but I would first cook the onions and the tomato, and then I would add the egg, and then I would add the cilantro, because I wanted my cilantro a little bit more, if you will, crunchy.
I put both cilantro and parsley in and really both of them give an accent to it for taste. So, but I don't do like I do salt and pepper for my spices, but I won't put like garlic into it.
Oh yeah, no, salt pepper.
Yeah, I've done oregano in it once.
Oh, okay.
Oregano's kind of a unique taste on eggs, but yeah.
Okay. You know, well, technically, I guess I have had oregano in eggs because I have made huevo rancheros, and the salsa normally has oregano in it.
Yes. Yeah. So, but it's just interesting, you know what I mean? But we talk about eggs, like, you know what I mean? We talk about in Saturday mornings. I don't do breakfasts. All right. This week we had we're at Starbucks, which we go to every morning. I have a cup of coffee, but very rarely do I eat something in the morning.
Okay.
All right, my stomach's just not ready for it. I have to be really starving to go, okay, I'm starving, I need to eat. But other than that, my stomach just, it settles before it's ready to eat, and it's usually like 11:30, 12 o'clock. I'll have a snack. That's
Okay.
breakfast for me. All right. But breakfast food, I'll eat it for dinner. I mean,
I've done that.
oh
I've
man,
made pancakes for dinner.
yeah, pancakes, waffles for dinner. All right, you
Oh
know what I
yeah.
mean, with scrambled eggs and some bacon. Oh yeah.
Well, I've gotten better lately at having my protein shake first thing in the morning. And I used to do that all the time, and then I stopped.
Hmm.
And I'm like, okay, I got to get back to my food that I used to do before. And so, my protein shake I use pea protein, and that is plant-based protein. So
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll throw in a banana and I'll throw in some peanut butter, blend that up, and that's breakfast. The thing is that by like 11, I start getting hungry. If I did drink my coffee, then usually I can push out that hunger until 11:30 or 12. So it just depends on if I drink all my coffee or not drink all my coffee, which most of the time I forget because I'm working.
Yeah.
But if I don't, I usually take it with me.
Hmm.
And when I was in Southern California, one of my physicians, the days that I knew that we were going to be busier or that I needed a little bit more done, I would bring in a protein shake to one of my top producers. And that's all it would take is like a protein shake. And that boy, oh my goodness, he'd just kick it out of the park. He was just really good. But just those little things like a protein shake was an incentive for him, like, oh, okay, I can do this. And I don't know if it was because he got the energy from the protein shake because he hadn't had breakfast,
Hmm.
or if it was just a kind of a thank you. And his way of saying thank you is by working a little bit harder. But yeah, I love my protein shakes.
I used to do a protein shake that was protein. I want to say it was like a hemp protein and orange juice.
Mm,
Really, I mean, it was
okay.
not much. It was very, and it really, it was very, very interesting morning shake.
Okay.
So, and that was the way I got my protein. So, bananas is one thing, as we know, I can't have bananas. But anyway,
You're right.
yeah,
So with why did you stop doing it? Now, were you doing that for breakfast, or were you just doing that in the middle of
there
the
was
day?
just one of those life. Oh gosh, I was in I want to say early 40s when I was doing that. It's got to be
Okay.
15 years ago now. That
Okay.
basically that was a you know what I mean? That was something I did for different health stuff that I was doing to take care of my body.
Okay.
Juicing is what I got into about 2 years ago, and even that has lapsed. All right, since moving up here, just prepping the juice every day. I mean, the counters aren't laid out the same to do everything, and
Um,
and it just and we've got a tiny kitchen, and we're sharing it with my mother and sharing it with my brother, and it doesn't fit. Whereas the old kitchen was a small footprint, but it was spaciously laid out, and when I was there, it was me. So it's very easy to do everything. Now it's like you're trying to cram it all in, and it causes you not to
mm,
get into your routines, get out of your routine.
right.
So anyway, but that'll be fixed over
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, we got to make things easy for ourselves. I mean, I was talking to somebody this morning on the run, and she goes, I put on my winter coat, and I'm looking at her going, girlfriend, you're still a lot slimmer and better, better body than I have, and I've been running all winter. And so each person a little different. And she said she's waiting for the weather to get better so she can get out there,
Yeah.
because she hasn't really been running during the winter. And I'm like, well, I just layer. If I'm at 30 degrees, something in the 30s, then I have specific layers and my hat, and then another hat on top to keep my ears warm. If it's 40-degree weather, then I don't have that top layer, but I have X number of layers, and the jacket also, and the
Mhm.
gloves, both at 30 and 40 degrees. So there's certain layers that I have. Once I'm at 50 degrees, then it's like, oh, then I just have this.
Mhm.
So depending on the weather, I need to be comfortable, because if I'm miserable,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go out there and run. And I've ran in
Yeah.
the rain, I ran in the cold, I ran in the snow. One time I got hail. That one was the most horrible, but I got like 7.5 miles in. I was miserable. I'm glad I got it done, but I was not expecting hail to come down on me to where I'm like trying to put on a jacket and protect myself. But with using that for you, it's like if it's not comfortable, if it's like you're miserable trying to do the thing, then it's going to be that much harder. So we want to try to take those hard things and make it easier for ourselves, so that way we can follow our normal routine, and then it doesn't feel like we're fighting it, and it's good for us. So I hear you. Once you set up your garage, you'll be able to have space to do all the stuff.
Yeah, then I'll have a whole other place to go play. But anyway, right now it's I'm sharing everything with everybody, and it's just not fitting my lifestyle. Yeah.
Well, it's a fairly new house too. You're trying to adjust and move into what works for everybody. And
at least I have a room, like an office, that I can close off and shut off the world to work in. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And that's something that makes my weekday work a little bit better. So, but weekends, I normally except for the fact that we were recording today, normally none of the lights are on in here all weekend. This room, no lights come on. All my lights are on timers, so I time everything to come on beginning of my workday and go off when I want my workday to end. So it puts me on timer. So yeah, we will
in the allotted time we've given ourselves, whatever that amount of time is, whether it be 3 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours, the amount of work will fill in the amount of time we've given it. Mm-hmm. So if you've given yourself X number of hours, or from this time to this time, you have to get everything done, because by the time this time comes around, you're done. Mm-hmm. And so our bodies know, and so we account for all that.
Yeah. Yep. So anyway, so we wanted to do a quick episode this morning. All right, all set up for while you're on away. Just a little bit of Saturday fun.
Yes,
we're recording this on a Saturday, talking about what we do on Saturday. I know this will broadcast on a Monday night, but still, it's okay. We recorded this one on a Saturday, and you'll see. In the future, we'll record a couple more of these when we do them, and to fill in slots. So anyway,
all right. Yeah,
but, while you're on vacation, though, I mean, it's still our businesses that make this run. So go ahead and tell everybody about your business.
So Gladys Boutwell, Insurance by Design. I help small business owners that want to attract and retain quality staff. And we do that through employee benefits. And there's 101 different employee benefits that you can provide to your staff and make them feel that they are valued. If you have questions, go to insurancedesignpros.com. On the upper left, you will see a little button. You can get the 101 different employee benefits for all budgets. Give me a call if you have questions. Even if you're not in the states of Oregon, Washington, or California, guess what? I do know brokers that are in all 50 states. So give me a ring and we will connect. And this is my co-host.
Hey guys, Tim Gillette, Simple Easy Marketing, Simple Easy Websites, Simple Easy Funnels, Simple Easy Events. Everything I do is along the lines helping people make their marketing simple and easy. All right, right now we're starting up a new company called Simple Easy Websites. If you're looking to have your website redone, or if you don't have a website, now is the time to do it. We offer reasonable packages. All right. We put together a template that makes it go up real quick. All right. Once you have all of your content and information to us, we will have your webpage up and working in 5 days or less. That's our guarantee. Anyway, and I'm Tim Gillette, and we will be back with another episode real soon, guys. Have a great